Some early barking, and here's the 4-3 that Philly plays with Fuller, Harmon, Dixon, and the rookie Mamula up front. Romanowski, Gouveia, and William Thomas, who had 7 interceptions this season. The linebackers, McMillan at 5'7", and Taylor at 6'3", the corners. Zordich and Jackson are the safeties.
Down to 9. Copeland goes in motion. Gilford flushed out of the pocket. Fumbles the ball. Fuller brought him down. But they're going to say he was down. William Fuller with another sack.
Yard rushes last year had over 1,000 yards.
2nd and 9. That gets another call. And quickly brought down William Fuller, the first man to hit him.
Nice job by William Fuller.
17-yard pickup, another first down. Ball just over midfield. Dilfer again to throw. Fires a wobbly pass, picked off by Frazier. Derek Frazier, the interception intended for Copeland, but it was a poor pass, and Frazier gets the pick.
Eagles is on to punt, number 10. Loose ball, scramble, and it's going to be ruled down at the 43. It was a fake punt.
That was to Lassiter, the up back, number 42. You know, on a 3rd and 8 early in the game, I don't know, Vern. I mean, I can see it when it's, 4th and 8. When it's 4th and 2, 4th and 3 maybe, but 4th and 8 is a long way to go to try to make that play.
Let's take a look at it again. Kwame Lassiter is the up back.
He's the up back. The ball is going to get snapped to him. Again, it looked like there was an opening early in the play, but I tell you, it was just good defensive play by special teams. He fought off the block. It was Zordich, number 36, who fought off the play, and he was not fooled.
10. No score early first quarter. Gregg drills it, intercepted, picked off by Bill Romanowski. And Romanowski brings it back out to the 28-yard line.
Hey, put him at tight end. I mean, that was a heck of a catch by Bill Romanowski. And Romanowski is known more as a kind of a run stopper.
Not bad. 2nd down and 12. The handoff to Garrison Hurst. Nice little bit of running. Boy, he was nifty to stay on his feet. Mike Mamula is a part of the tackle, and Kurt Gouveia.
And I think Bill Romanowski got a shot in him there, too. Very difficult to get yourself in playoff position.
1st and 10. Here's Craig. Oh, there's Craig. William Fuller. William Fuller, whose father, William Fuller Sr., died of diabetes back in August. And he said he's dedicated the season to his dad. And
it's a heck of a play there by William Fuller. They're tossing some bodies around.
2nd down and 18. Oh, boy. Garrison Hurst. Well, Bluebirds don't only reside in Philadelphia.
Yeah, they're letting them have it on 2nd and 8 running threat. Something they haven't had here really since Terry Metcalf.
First down, picked off. And here goes William Thomas. Only Craig can stop him. Touchdown.
Boy. This has been an ugly offensive game. Ray Rhodes said to us yesterday, William Thomas has to step up and make some plays. Did not play well last week against Tampa Bay. And Dave Craig cannot believe it. There's 2 interceptions in the first half. Again, there have been some athletic interceptions by the linebackers of the Eagles. One by Romanowski that stopped the drive, and then one by William Thomas.
Play in the league last year after he was released by the Saints. This is the 9th game of his career. And on 1st down.
And you look at Mike Buck.
Plays he can't call backed up.
And he starts from the 20-yard line, 1st down. And here's Natron Means off the left side. Has a hole. He's 5 fumbles. The Eagles should have it. And they do on the turnover at the 36-yard line of San Diego. Greg Jackson comes up with it.
That is what's been killing the Chargers. It lost them the opener against the Raiders. Pass protection down. You got to have coordination on that line.
3rd and goal, 13-yard line. And Humphries is pulled down. The ball comes loose. may go back underneath the stack to Humphries, or the Eagles say that they have it, and the officials will make it official. No, San Diego recovers.
And the pass is intercepted by Gouveia. And the middle linebacker pauses and picks up the first turnover of the game. Good rush on Jeff Hostetler. Nearly knocked down as he threw the pass. And the first turnover of the game, and the Eagles get the ball.
Dick, I got to tell you, there was great coverage downfield. Hostetler wanted to go out to the flat, but it was not there. And then he got the pressure up inside, forced him to throw the ball, and Gouveia, who's just playing center field underneath, makes a great play.
On the 43 of the Raiders. And here is an end around to Rocket Ismail, but he loses the ball, and the Eagles recover.
That's going to be a score, Dick.
Greg Jackson is going to run it in. The only man to beat is Hostetler, and a touchdown. No penalty markers down. And it was Andy Harmon who forced the fumble.
Andy Harmon forced the fumble. William Thomas made the play by forcing it back inside. And then Jackson was there just to be the cleanup guy.
What a shocking first quarter. The struggling Eagles now are up by a score of 16-0.
Ismail will come around. Now you're going to see 51. See, he does this perfect job of holding him back inside. And then you just got to hustle. See, if you miss it back inside. That allows Harmon to make the strip, and then Jackson just cleans up.
Andy Harmon caused the bubble.
42-yard scamper by Greg Jackson. Second down and 2. Play fake. Hostetler has time, and the pass is caught.
That's picked off.
And no, it's intercepted. You're right.
That's a great job by McMillan. Oh, that's a great, and there should be a flag at the end of that one, too.
And McMillan is going after one of the Raiders. Tim Brown was the intended receiver, and McMillan stripped the ball away from him.
And Derek Fenner at the end grabbed him and just slammed him. That's a great play by Mark McMillan. I mean, Hostetler was waiting for Tim Brown to come back on the comeback. McMillan read it and jumped it, got his body in between, and makes the pick. So he gives him the cushion, and then he's going to read it. He's looking the same thing Hostetler is. Now watch, he notices it, now he jumps it. Great recovery, and a nice little job at the end of wrestling. See how he got his body in between and was able to leverage it out of there?
4 wide receivers, 3 lined up to the right. Hostetler gets away from trouble, and down he goes. And William Fuller will pick up the sack on Hostetler in the second half. Hostetler loses the ball, and Andy Harmon recovers for Philadelphia.
The ball at the Philadelphia 36. Everett turns around, and he is sacked. And there's Mamula again. He is working on a Pro Bowler, and so far he has handled Willie Rote. 3rd and 6. And it's Mamula again. A 2-sack day for Mike Mamula. And he forces the Saints to punt. Mamula on first down. Sacked. And it's big number 93, Daniel Stubbs, his first of the year, and it is a big one. Trying to hold on. Only 9 seconds to go and no timeouts remaining. First down, Saints. Everett airs it. Hoping for a penalty. Picked off instead. It's Barry Wilburn. And this game is over. The game ends on the interception by Wilburn. That's his first of the year. And the Eagles move to 2-3. The Saints to 0-5.
Redskins, their first play from scrimmage, dropped in the backfield is Allen. And William Thomas came up from his linebacking spot to make the stop. Play action. Drop by Andy Harmon. Here they come. Ball loose. Scramble for the football as Andy Harmon made the hit. And the Eagles have it.
tell you what, Andy Harmon has been giving Big Trey Johnson his money's worth all day long.
Play fake. Farad in trouble. Flag down. Not a good intercepted by Greg Jackson. And he brings it back into Washington territory at the 47. But again, penalty flags down. Daniel Stubbs applying the pressure on Farad. And it's against Washington. So Philadelphia will take over on the interception.
Penalty is declined.
Jackson, a 19-yard return.
Running shoots and all that kind of stuff on the West Coast. You need guys that can cover back those where it's hit.
3rd and 9. Farad dropped by Harmon. 3rd sack of Gus Farad here today. And going back to the... Delay to Mitchell, ran into his own man. And then greeted by a host of Eagles.
And that'll bring you.
Mike Chilinsky has taken his place. It is a first down to the Eagle 45. Giants trail 7-0. Hand off to Hampton with the block from Walker. And a fumble by Hampton, picked up by Michael Zordich. He's got to beat Howard Cross, and this will be a touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Now what a turn of events. They got a good play. They got Lance Smith pulling. They're having a good run. They're having a good drive. And there's Zordich, a guy that we talked to last night. Does he love to play football?
58 yards for Zordich.
Couldn't happen to a better guy. This guy loves.
He takes some big ones. 2nd down and 7 from the 27. Brown, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. And down at the 26, a loss of 1. And Daniel Stubbs makes his first sack today, his 2nd of the season. And here's Stubbs filling in on that defensive line for Philadelphia. Tomei scoring Mike, his, and Vinny this week on the Fox Tuesday Night Movie. Brown 1st and 10 has to bury his head and go down. Mamula and Woodard jumped on him and brought him down. Loss of 2 on the play.
And they're playing man-to-man, no help, and they're doing a good job. Now they're in the zone. They just switched to a zone because they went 3 wides to one side.
From the 42, 3rd down and 10 for Brown. He fumbled the ball as he was hit, and the Giants recover. Greg Bishop got on it. 3rd fumble today by New York. On 2nd down and 10, Brown, pretty good time, but again flushed from the pocket, and down he goes and brought down by Kevin Johnson. 4th sack today of Giant quarterback Dave Brown. Brown now will face 3rd down and 11 with 12:53 and the clock ticking here in the 3rd quarter. Once again in the shotgun, and once again he is deployed 4 wide receivers. Brown hit once, hit twice, sacked for a 5th time. Back at the 41. Stubbs hit him high. Harmon hit him low. And the Giants have got a punt.
He'll bring the ball out quickly.
With the wind at his back, 2nd down and 7. At the tight ends, and Hampton in the backfield, and Maddox going to the air for the 2nd time. And he's hit once, hit twice, and brought down. Sacked for a 6th time by the Philadelphia Eagle defense. A season high back at the 49. With Jerry Glanville and Pam Oliver, Kevin Harlan, Giants Stadium, 14-6. The Eagles, Giants, new quarterback, Maddox. Little play action on 1st and 10. He looks and he is intercepted, picked off by William Thomas. His 2nd interception of the season, the 2nd turnover today by the Giants. Maddox has already thrown an interception today. Four-man line comes charging. Mamula got a... He throws another interception picked off by William Thomas. Thomas with Walker on him. Gets by Cross, and Thomas runs out of bounds at the New York Giant 32-yard line. Mamula hit Maddox. And William Thomas gets his 3rd interception of the season, his 2nd today.
Win, so maybe like the 32. You got to say, that's it. You can't let them get inside of here. Inside of here could tie the game. That's the goal line for the Eagles. Stop them. Stop them before they get the 35 if you're an Eagle.
Big drive orchestrated by Maddox. 13th play of the drive. 1st and 10. Rolls out of the pocket. Buys himself some time. Here comes the rush, and he is thrown another interception. interception. This time, Michael Zordich. The third interception today thrown by Maddox. The fourth turnover by the Giants, and the Eagles will come out of Giants Stadium with a win today and go unbeaten in the NFC East.
3 straight wins. First down, give to Bettis, and he is cut down behind the line of scrimmage by Ronnie Dixon. Dixon did not play at all last season. He could break the NFL single-season receiving yards record. 3 receivers check in on a 3rd and 8. And here comes a blitz. Miller, sack. Mark Woodard, second-year backer out of Mississippi State for the St. Louis offense. Miller in trouble, escapes Fuller, but is tripped up and taken down at the 30. The Rams will have to punt it away. Well, William Fuller
is really just coming back down to reality.
4 receivers set. Blitz coming, and Miller goes down again. 3rd sack of the day. Andy Harmon, 7.5 sacks this season, good enough for number 3 in the NFL. What a season he's having. The shovel pass to Leonard Russell. That didn't fool anybody. Read by Kurt Govea. Ball was actually lateral to right. Miller in trouble again. And down he goes again. 4th sack today by the Eagles. William Fuller. 4.5 sacks now this season.
Takes a lot of guts to throw that pass, I'll tell you.
Second down, give to Leonard Russell. And dropping him in the backfield, William Fuller. In his first. Bingley inactive in the first 6 games of the season. Ball comes loose. And Philadelphia says it has recovered. Still no word yet from the officials, and now it is Philadelphia football. Russell lost it. Thomas covered it up. Hester, 5 receptions, 59 yards. Miller sacked for the 5th time today. Mamula along with Daniel Stubbs applying the pressure. Philadelphia, well, just inside the 40. Fumble. Picked up by Kevin Johnson. He's going to go for a touchdown.
Fuller came around on the outside. Miller trying to work into that zone coverage, make a throw, wait for somebody to get open. The ball goes down, and then the drama starts.
Talk about arriving on the scene. Kevin Johnson, his first 2 sacks in the NFL last week, and today a touchdown.
Look at the arm over by Fuller. He got the face mask. I'm surprised they didn't call that. But then Johnson picks it up. Wayne Candy trying to do the best he can. They did miss that conversion, but they're still not that far behind.
Miller. Intercepted by William Thomas. Dragged down at the 42. Thomas, his 4th interception of the season, his 3rd in the last 2 weeks. What a start. Isaac Bruce is becoming in this league. Intercepted.
They try to tell McMillan to stay in. He's going to try to take it out.
Now he'll go down. The final play of the game. Mark McMillan getting his 2nd interception of the season, and the #1 defense may have given up some big yards in the 2nd half, but still 9 points on the board. That's it for the Rams.
With Michael Irvin. Credit William Fuller, guys, that last time around. He's the guy that strung out that reverse and killed him. Here's Emmitt Smith looking for room and finds very little and takes it up to the 22-yard line. The Eagles think they have the football.
No signal yet, and now one of the officials comes in and signals that the play was dead. The ground created the fumble. Tom White is the referee.
Oh, yeah,
There's a discussion.
Looks like
Philadelphia football.
Al, I didn't envy you having to make a call on that because nobody did anything. There was a whole lot of standing and staring by the officiating crew.
It appeared as if one official came in and pointed to the ground as if to indicate the ground caused the fumble. The next thing you know, Mark McMillan, the cornerback, recovers it.
And William Thomas, he forces a lot of turnovers. Philadelphia, he had the hand in there. You know, very close. The ball's thrown his way before the night's over.
12-yard gain. Emmitt Smith now. And great tackle by William Thomas, who's really coming into full flower now in his 5th year out of Texas A&M.
Camp with blood clots in his lungs. Nearly a life-threatening deal, and who knows when he's going to return on that sweep with Thurston and Kramer. They knew that the Steelers were going to run the trap to Franco Harris. Knowing it and stopping it are two different things.
Play fake, pass, and it's lost by Irvin and picked off by Bobby Taylor. And Taylor up past the 20, skirting the sidelines and out of bounds. And I guess that's how you stop him. You hope you get a fumble.
Second turnover now for Philadelphia.
McMillan is the guy who stripped it. He was covering on the play, and Bobby Taylor comes up with a football. At least McMillan got the arm in as Michael looks at the replay, and we will too.
Did that ball ever even hit the ground? I don't think it even touched the ground, did it? If it did, it was awfully quick. Barry Switzer wants to know as well. Well, I think this look ought to tell us.
Remember we talked about McMillan, how he could react so quickly to the ball. For a moment, Irvin was open.
That ball
reacted to it so quickly.
That's actually going to be an interception because Michael Irvin never had possession of that football.
Won't they get that sucker?
He started this line at the 37. That's when they mark it 3rd down and 3 from that spot. Can Emmitt pick up the 3? No, that's news.
Oh, a nice play by Kurt Gouveia. He has been a huge addition here for this Eagle defensive team.
Here comes the blitz, and Millen didn't have a chance. Thomas, who is just having a huge season.
That William Thomas is unbelievable. You talk about somebody cut like a statue.
Aaron Craver is in the lineup with Davis in the backfield. Another blitz, sorted. Ball comes loose. Picked up by Mamula. With the recovery and a return of 26. Well, they just kept bringing Zordich till it worked.
I guarantee you, if John Elway was there, Emmitt Thomas would not be this free to come after him.
Davis and Bobby Taylor right there with him, and Davis went out of bounds.
He's after that, so their schedule does not get any easier.
And all at once, we do not have any juggernauts in the NFL. And Millen goes down. Sacked by Kevin Johnson, his 3rd of the season. The young man out of Texas Southern that they picked off the waiver wire from the Raiders.
You know, the Eagles' front line is somewhat interesting. You got Daniel Stubbs, who didn't play last year. Kevin Johnson was working in a liquor store. And you've got Ronnie Dixon, number 90, who was driving a truck.
A cement truck.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, you've got guys who last year really weren't even in football playing up front.
And Red Hall is still out after having blood clots in his lungs in the preseason. 4th in the 25-hour cab ride. Millen for Carpenter, incomplete, nearly intercepted. But the Eagles will take over on down.
Zordich in the backfield, along with Jackson. And the pass picked off. Mark McMillan, his 3rd of the year. First down and 10. Giants at their own 47-yard line to fake a nice bootleg by Brown, who's being chased by Mamula and sacked for the first time today. And for Mamula, his 3rd sack of the season. Down in 16 for the Giants. Pushed back to their 26 with the penalty. Dave Brown, Keith Elias, and brought down immediately by Andy Harmon at the 24-yard line. 3rd and 17 now. Way is in there along with Elias from the 25-yard line. Dave Brown, pretty good time, moving up, goes a pass picked off by William Thomas. William Thomas cuts back inside the 15 into the Giant 12-yard line. He picked off Giant quarterbacks twice back in October. That time he returns a pick 29 yards. And a Giant player is down in Wheatley in the backfield in Trumbull 1. Dave Brown, first down and 10 yards to go. He sends Pierce in motion. And it's a fumble by Wheatley and recovered by the Philadelphia Eagles inside the 5. The Giants' third turnover today.
What a turn of events. Looked like Wheatley pushed his hands. Let's see how he reaches for the handoff. It looked funny up here that Wheatley's hands went down toward him. He scoops that baby in. Forehand selection.
On second down and 10 for Dave Brown, and here comes the rush, but he moves out of the pocket and then is brought down by Andy Harmon with the sack. Harmon has his 9th sack of the possession coming up, and they've had 5 consecutive poor possessions. Speaking of the Giants, they got it at the 41-yard line. Rodney Hampton in the backfield, and no blocking at all as Mamula makes his 2nd sack today. And Brown is sacked for the 3rd time, and Jerry, you continue an open drive, and they call that a personal foul. First down and 10. Oh, and Brown is hit. That's a loose ball. And Brown gets in the fetal position to fall on it at the 33-yard line. His arm was moving, but I think, Jerry, when his arm was cocked, they may have knocked it away. Time here. Second down and 13 for Dave Brown. He's thrown a couple interceptions today. He lines up at his own 33, and he dumps it out. And Keith Elias with the tackle made by William Fuller. For Elias, third down and 2 from the 48-yard line to bringing everybody up. You see a blitz?
Looks like a blitz.
Brown reads it and eats it. Down at the 43, 5th time he's been sacked today, and this time he finds big number 94, Kevin Johnson on it. First down and 10. Oh, and a nice block, and Brown is down. His knee touches at the 42. Daniel Stubbs was there. Look out. William Fuller with the 7th Philadelphia sack today. Ball was knocked free, and Aaron Pierce jumped interceptions. Eagles today, 7 sacks. That is a season high.
Some of them are off 12, 14 yards.
He's got a 2nd and 21, and he's throwing into the wind. Maddox knocked away and recovered on the fumble by Fuller, knocked away by Daniel Stubbs. It's the New York Giants' 4th turnover today. And he gets some pretty good time, and then William Thomas breaks through and brings him down at the 48-yard line. William Thomas, his 2nd sack of the season. Down. They got to get to the 33. Schuler, and he is down. Does not get the first down. In fact, barely got it beyond the line of scrimmage. He's to the 35. Mark Woodard brought him down. Second down and 10. Schuler, look out from behind, and down he goes, and sacked for a 2nd time today. This time gobbled up by William Fuller, his 7th sack of the season.
And you have to be left that he started the deal on. He needs a commission on those 8 sacks.
Third down and 6 for Heath Schuler. And down he goes. Sacked right there by Daniel Stubbs. 3rd sack today by the Philadelphia defense. 7th play of it. Second down and 3. Allen once again. No place to go that time. All over him. Bill Romanowski. And a knockdown back at the 43.
Now trying to be good, but he doesn't throw the ball good.
Second down and 10. Blitz picked up nicely except for that guy. And then back went Schuler, and he throws the pass. It's intercepted by Bobby Taylor. His 2nd as a pro, and he's inside the Redskin 35. As they boo, he shoots. 1-6 of 7. 4th and 10. Final play of the game. And again, Schuler into a thicket, and it is incomplete.
And the game is over, and for the 5th time in the last 3 years, the Philadelphia Eagles have had a 4th quarter comeback to beat the Washington Redskins. Chris Warren with the fullback Tracy Johnson leading the way, and he was met immediately by the longtime Washington Redskin Kurt Govez in the first quarter. 2nd down and 10 on the 11. Meyer out of the pocket with time. Takes a hit on the far side. So it will be 3rd down and long. Meyer brought to the turf by Bill Romanowski, but he injured his foot, the arch of his foot last week. Attempted to tackle Brian Mitchell of the Redskins on the opening kickoff. Red Hall in on the stop, dragging Chris Warren down. We mentioned Hall earlier, former San Francisco 49er, diagnosed with blood clots on his lungs back in September.
A little bit.
Meyer on 2nd down under pressure, and he is sacked. William Fuller now with 8.5 sacks this season. One of Largent's teammates in college at the University of Tulsa was Eagles coach Ray Rhodes. Let's see what the call is. Incomplete pass or fumble. Daniel Stubbs made the hit on Meyer, and it was recovered by the left tackle. Only 9 of 69 all season on 3rd and 8 or longer. Meyer taken down. It is Kevin Johnson once again.
Second down. Aikman to throw it. Out of the pocket and down is Aikman. Hit by Stubbs and Red Hall.
Injuries, Pat. He'd been going head up there with Nate Newton and Larry Allen and Derek Kennard.
Aikman, as the Eagles coverage is good again, he can't find anybody, has to take the ball and go straight ahead with it.
I mean,
yeah,
Dion did. He sold him that he was going up before he went out.
There's Emmett Smith hitting the backfield and taken down by William Fuller. Aikman back to Emmett Smith. Emmett has no place to go. The Eagles have done a good job, or did a good job, adjusting to whatever plays the Cowboys were running with Emmett Smith in the first half.
William Fuller did a good job on that one.
The Dallas offense, well, they hadn't done well. Didn't do well 3rd quarter. Smith 7 rushes, 7 yards. Aikman 0 out of 5, 0 for 5.
And conversely, the Eagle defense has really tightened up in that area because Emmett Smith started running, and they've really shut that run down.
So the credit should go. Here's Emmett, tackled in the backfield, hit in the backfield by William Thomas. He came off the corner.
Yep, they started playing more aggressively on those corners. They started getting more penetration down.
Michael Irvin split wide left. Aikman gets to Emmett Smith. The ball came loose, and the Eagles have it. Zornich came up with it. He's back in the end zone, but he made recovery in the playing field.
The Eagles are trying to say that it was in the end zone. The officials are marking it on the goal line. This is the 2nd time in 2 weeks that Emmitt Smith has fumbled down in this area. There's a heck of a hit right on the ball. Zornich is right there. He recovers it right there about the 2-yard line. Watch his hit there. It's Kurt Govea. Kurt Govea took his helmet. It was in the left hand of Emmitt Smith, and Kurt Govea put his helmet right on the football.
17-14, Dallas leading. The Eagles have the ball just inside their 2-yard line.
To it now. I mean, the whole thing is going on here. There's some stuff going on now.
17-17 tied, 2:45 left, 3rd and 10, Dallas at their own 20. Push him up. Push him up. Let's hear it. They need 10 for a first. Troy Aikman back to throw. Gets it out. Not enough for a first down to Corey Fleming. He's saying he was up and knocked backwards. He was up.
Ray Rhodes wanted his corners to be physical. They are physical.
Watch Mark McMillan come up here now. Boom, he makes that tackle right there. That ball should be spotted right there. That shouldn't even be close to a first down.
And Dallas going to go for it.
Oh, I don't believe in this. I think a tie score on this situation, unless they're going to try and draw them off sides, I think they cannot go for it here.
Emmitt Smith's the deep back. Emmitt Smith gets the carry. He doesn't make it.
No, that's a bad call. You can't do that. Look at the Eagles. They know that call could have won the Eagles this game.
They're at field goal range right now.
Right now, and then all they have to do is run that clock down.
Now they're saying maybe the 2-minute warning ran out.
No, I don't think so. That ball was snapped before, and you can't stop the play in the middle of the play for the 2-minute warning. No, that's the Eagles' ball. The Eagles stopped them. It's their ball.
Barry Switzer is saying the 2-minute warning.
Barry Switzer ought to be saying that he shouldn't have called that play.
No question he didn't get the first down. He's nowhere
He
close.
didn't get it. That's great defense. The Eagles were all up there.
There is nothing there. Now let's see. The Cowboys offensive unit still on the field.
Well, maybe they're saying that the 2 minutes.
The ball was snapped.
Watch the official on the far side of the field. He is signaling no play.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They did say the 2 minutes came up before the ball was snapped. He's going to say the 2-minute warning. No, I don't think he did. That ball was snapped before he did that.
Yep.
That's not right either.
He's saying no play.
I know, but he has to say it before the ball snapped. After the ball is snapped, it doesn't make any difference when the 2 minutes come up.
The clock has been reset. The last time before we took that break, it was at 1:58 seconds. Now it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, and if that official's going to stop it, he has to stop it before it's snapped.
The 2-minute warning occurred before the ball was snapped. Therefore, it's fourth down.
I don't believe that. I mean, the official didn't signal the 2-minute warning until after the ball was snapped. And if the ball snapped, you don't stop the play for the 2-minute warning. I'm still surprised the Cowboys are going for it again. I think that was a bad call the first time they did it. I think it's a bad call now.
It's fourth, and it's still a foot. Emmitt Smith is still deep with Darrell Johnston in front of him. Same play. Didn't get it again.
Didn't get it again. That's unbelievable. This is unbelievable. What in the heck is going on? The score's tied. You're on the road. Woo. I don't know.
The Eagles will take over at the Cowboy 30-yard line, about the 29.5.
There's no place here. I mean, this is short yardage defense. The Eagles are selling out against the run. They have everyone up. They just read the thing. There's no chance. There's no chance to get that ball in there against that defense.
The linebackers come fill the hole. The defensive backs are in the hole.
The line controlled the line of scrimmage. But still, even that call, I mean, when you're in that area on the field, you have to punt the ball.
Romanowski led the charge.
The Eagle team really did something. And you look what happened to the Cowboys. Troy Aikman was only 3 out of his last 13. Emmitt Smith last 16 rushes, 28 yards and a fumble. Michael Irvin hasn't caught a pass since the first quarter. Second half possession, 4 punts, 1 fumble and downs. But again, all those things are part of the Cowboys' problem, but that's great Eagle defense, great Eagle preparation.
3rd and 10. Aikman to throw it. Hit by Fuller. Down he goes.
Oh, and Aikman looked like he was yelling at Eric Williams on that play. Woo! What a day for the Eagles.
They come from behind to win it.
There's a pass rush. You're going to see what happened is Fuller started out on the tight end. Eric Williams started to look to the inside, and no one on the last play blocked William Fuller. But what a day for this Eagle.
Part of the reason he is where he is because of where he came from. We'll talk about it more later.
Little pitch to Garrison Hurst, and he's brought down back at the 20. William Thomas, Andy Harmon, William Fuller, Mike Mamula, all were there waiting, and a loss of 6.
He's going to be searching out number 53 to take a look at it.
2nd down and 8. Craig sacked. William Fuller there for Philadelphia. And Craig is sacked for the 48th time this season. Craig sacked. Back inside Arizona territory by William Fuller, and that's his 2nd today.
Fuller goes right past his former roommate on the road, Rob Selby.
Saying they put more heat on first place Dallas. Right now they trail by 10. Garrison Hurst lost the football. Greg Jackson recovers, and the Eagles take over inside the 25. That's the first Arizona turnover, and it is big. Larry Centers. Nonetheless, 1st and goal from the 5 now. And the toss to Garrison Hurst. Jackson. What a good play by Greg Jackson behind the line of scrimmage.
That really was. That was nice concentration by Jackson.
Forces the fumble. Now 3rd and 4. And it's intercepted by William Thomas. That's his 6th of the year. And the Eagles get another turnover.
I said right in the beginning of the game that Dave Craig wants to be aware of where William Thomas is, and you want to throw away from it. Go for it, because it's a heck of a souvenir.
3rd and 4 from just outside the 4. Handoff to Hurst. Lost the football, recovered by the Eagles. Another turnover, and Wilburn comes away with it.
You talk about the crack of the pads. You could hear the crack of the pads from all the way up here. You could hear it throughout the stadium because that crack resounded.
Cardinals have it 1st and 10 from their own 17. Busted play, and Craig will take a seat.
And Centers and Moore and Sanders, the only thing they lack is a real strong offensive line.
2nd down and 3. Hurst lost it again. Philadelphia recovers. 2nd fumble of the day for Garrison Hurst.
The Philadelphia Eagles, as a team, have played this 2nd half like a playoff team. Like a team that not only will be in the playoffs, but a team that can advance through the playoffs.
1st and 10 from their own 31. Centers met in the backfield by Govea.
That is a nice reaction by Govea.
Hurst. Thrown backward after he met Govea.
Coming down a lonely street.
3rd down and 9. Craig is sacked back around the 30.
That's really stepping it up as a defense.
He is 4 for 4 today. He'll try a 47-yarder. Davis is short. And the Eagles still lead by 1.
Tall wide receivers near the sideline.
With 6 defensive backs into the game, it's picked off William Thomas, and that will do it. His 2nd of the day, his 7th of the year, and you now know why William Thomas is headed to the Pro Bowl. A penalty flag is on the field, 2 penalty flags. The Arizona offense has already walked off the field.
Whatever it may be.
2nd and 6.
Nothing there this time. The answer to our Harbaugh.
He's audibleizing now.
Kramer to Thompson. Picked off by the Eagles. Romanowski. Bill Romanowski bounced off.
And you're just giving that record. You're just giving about Eric Kramer's record, but that wasn't an Eric Kramer interception.
Yeah, he didn't snap it between his legs. He just turned around and threw it. And again, the ball was loose, and the Eagles saying they have it, and they do.
Oh, that's a coach killer. Dave Wanstead just makes a heck of a call and a heck of a situation, gets a first down, and then fumbles it back to the Eagles. Whew. The ball.
That was a heck of a rush by Spellman.
That's the second time Spellman made a heck of a rush.
Hutton. Ball is going to be down by the Eagles. Maybe. Somebody hit it. It bounced off somebody's foot. I think one of the Bears touched it. The Eagles are signaling touchdown.
The official signaled touchdown. That one official signaled touchdown.
Thought he did, and the Bears are still. The Eagles are still doing it.
Yeah, it is a touchdown.
The ball hit the receiver's foot going into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Gary Lane finally does say that. Henderson made the recovery.
Watch right there. It hit his foot. See, it hit Lewis's foot right there. Then it comes into the end zone. Now it's a free ball. The Eagles recover the free ball in the end zone for a touchdown.
He made it known that's exactly what the Eagles are going to do today. Come from a lot of different directions.
6 defensive backs in the alignment for Philadelphia. The pressure on Mitchell, and they sack him back at the 34-yard line. Mike Mamula, the #1 draft choice from Boston College.
And they go right to work on the side of the line, anchored by Lomas Brown, the guy who guaranteed a Lion victory. Mike Mamula lined up across from Lomas Brown.
Rhodes, the coach of the year, guiding the Eagles to their 10-6 mark. Mitchell. Great job by the secondary. William Fuller finally tackles him, but it's in effect not a sack, but it's a coverage play as the secondary did its job. Fake to Sanders, and then it is intercepted, deflected, picked off by Mark McMillan. Off the hands of Brett Perriman, and the first big break of the game goes to the Eagles.
And the first poorly thrown ball by Scott Mitchell, and it was poorly thrown. He was not pressured. He just threw it high. Perriman, who only goes about 5'9", couldn't get to it. Off his fingertips into the arms of McMillan.
And what a job McMillan did of keeping the ball off the ground. There's the high throw, and yes, it's high. But look at the job Mark does of getting underneath that ball and keeping it from hitting the turf. But that's a relatively routine reception. Beautiful job by McMillan.
Position to start for Detroit.
Well, right now, Detroit's defense is reeling a little bit. They need a long drive by this offensive team.
And Barry Sanders finds no room at all. Cut it back and ran into Lomas Brown, and then Thomas and Romanowski take him down.
On the road, down by 10 points in a playoff football game. This Detroit offense better go back and take a deep breath in that huddle.
For a while, and if the Lions don't go 3 and out. Intercepted at the 22. Barry Wilburn. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Emmett Thomas, the defensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles, has reason to celebrate, as does everybody at the vet.
Remember in the first quarter, and it was overthrown by Scott Mitchell. He tried to bring that underneath, and Barry Wilburn was underneath, and he picked it off.
And Jeffrey and Christina Lurie, the owners of the team, celebrate. 23-7 going on 24.
Well, the Detroit offense didn't even do a 3 and out. 3 and touchdown.
2nd and 5. Mitchell throws, and that's picked off by Gouveia. In and out of Sloan's hands, and Gouveia with the interception.
Nightmare.
Right now, Scott Mitchell is playing like a player who's in complete shock. It's not an out-of-body experience, Scott, no matter how much you wish that it was. It isn't. Greg Gouveia, we talked about earlier, a good pass defender as a linebacker. For many years with the Washington Redskins, that's a great play. And David Sloan, why keep him? Because he wasn't going to have enough personnel around that they knew. Just wonder how there were enough hours in the day to get it all done.
Brand new coaching stand at the 33-yard line. And that's intercepted. Greg Jackson. 4 picks of Mitchell. Jackson taken down at the 46-yard line.
Again, keep in mind, Mitchell only had 12 in 16 games. He has 4 tonight. So only 33 for Detroit.
From the 20-yard line, Mikowski. Another pick. That's William Thomas.
It's number 8 for Thomas.
Touchdown.
Poorly thrown ball behind the receiver, batted into the air, and William Thomas played that like a running back. He didn't look like a linebacker looking for somebody to make a tackle. He looked like a running back trying to find the end zone, and he did. Well, that's the second interception that he's run back for a touchdown already this year. And amazingly, for a linebacker who's really a very good blitzer, that's his 8th.
We have 79 total points in the game, equaling the most total points ever in an NFL postseason game. 58-21.
It's not over yet.
At the 40-yard line. What else is new? Zordich. Tackled by Lomas Brown.
You know, maybe he'll pull Mikowski and put Mitchell back in.
Or suit Greg Landry up. 7th turnover.
Matchups with Michael Irvin and Bobby Taylor. He said, but you know, Kevin Williams is going to have a pretty good matchup out there with Mark McMillan today.
Aikman going deep for Irvin. And the pass is picked off by McMillan. McMillan still on his feet. And cut down by Novacek. Finally.
And I'll tell you, Bobby Taylor was there again. It was Bobby Taylor who had the coverage on Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin wanted to work on Bobby Taylor. The last time they played, Bobby Taylor, the rookie, got the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. That really bothered Michael Irvin. But you're going to see him. Here he is. Bobby Taylor again is on him. He's number 21. He's covering him. He's going to go with him in a stop and go. He tries to get beyond him. Bobby Taylor runs with him. And watch, Taylor's going to get his hand up there. See his hand up there? He knocks the ball up in the air.
And a goal at the 2. Emmett Smith. Emmett knocked down for a loss and swarmed on by that Eagle defense led by Andy Harmon. And he lost yards.
Yeah, you know, Ray Rhodes, this is the type of thing that he talks about, you know, being physical with him, everyone swarming to the ball, gang tackling, all those kinds of things. That's what he wants. That's what he teaches. That's what he's always taught as a defensive coach, as a defensive coordinator, and as a head coach.
The group of men that Rhodes went to war with were Philly kind of people, long on effort and pride and fight. Philadelphians sensed a soulmate in this tough career football man from rural Texas, and they took into their embrace Rhodes and his team of stars, seasoned vets, retreads, rejects, reclamations, and outstanding rookies that he handpicked. The first-year head coach brought in more than 30 new players, but Rhodes was not rebuilding. He was looking for players who could win, and any edge he could find. In 1995, his special talent was that he was able to mold a group of men into a team of winners. On defense, William Fuller recorded an NFC best 13 quarterback sacks. William Thomas led all NFL linebackers with 7 interceptions, the most by any linebacker in more than a decade. Thomas and Fuller would make the Pro Bowl. Andy Harmon should have. In this era of overpriced, often underachieving free agents, Rhodes sought out hungry, unemployed players, truck drivers, liquor store clerks, men who had something to prove and were willing to do anything to prove it. Daniel Stubbs, Kevin Johnson, and Ronnie Dixon were all out of football in 1994. In 1995, they combined for almost 100 tackles and 11 quarterback sacks. This patchwork unit dominated the Giants as the Eagles swept their division rivals. It was their 6th win in their last 7 games.